Welcome back to day 3. We are talking around how to grow fast with purpose. Quick recap on yesterday, just to break things down. We looked at clarifying, connecting, communicating, converting when it comes to getting your messaging really clear. If you can have 3 or 4 messages that you convey to your audience in a compelling way that's relatable and resonates, this will help you to stand out and cut through the noise. And it is that consistency, it's the repetition of those messages to help you be known for what you do. That's why we need to be really clear on what we do and who we help. Share things that humanize our brand, that share our values and what we care about, so that we can communicate with people in a way that builds trust and that shows why we're the person that they should listen to, and therefore that we start to impact people in a way and help them by selling what we do, but also then getting them results from that. And that's what they're going to pay for, is the outcome, the transformation of what they get. So in order to grow fast, it's one word. We need to be more visible. And it's a word that's bandied about a little bit at the moment. I've certainly noticed that being the word of the year for some people. But what visibility comes down to is being strategic, being intentional about what we do and what we share and how visible we are. And this is going to be the difference between whether you stand out or you don't. Because if nobody knows about you, then nobody can ever buy. And you'll just be the best kept secret. And you may have the most incredible offer and may be able to offer the best service and transformation. But put simply, if you are not visible and out there for people to see with you, they're not going to know about that. So we have to be really strategic in business about having a business strategy, a sales strategy, and a visibility one. And what this comes to is essentially is having some KPIs. Now, that seems a lot. It's a bit of an idea and a bit of a template for people to take. This essentially forms some of my non-negotiables that I look at daily and weekly, things that I have to do to move the business forward every single day consistently. Things like connecting with people on Facebook, making connections on LinkedIn, following up on leads, making sure that I reply to conversations in my mastermind, my membership with my one-to-one clients, welcoming any new members. I do a LinkedIn newsletter. Again, it depends when you do things and how you do things, but it's making sure it's there so that my one goes into once a week. Social media posts as well, just making sure we've got that visibility and consistency. Often people think it's the challenge of just being on social media and posting. We need to be more consistent and we need to be sharing different things as well, not just showing up and posting and leaving it and going away. We need to be replying, engaging with people. It's the engagement and a connection that's going to help people to move through the funnel. So every business, and we spoke about it a couple of days ago, is built off of the funnel. Clearly, simply, it is attraction, convert, deliver. So again, awareness, consideration, decision, same thing. So we need to, at the top of the funnel, with what we give out on visibility and what we portray in our messaging, we need to be reaching more people. That's the aim of the game at the top of the funnel. It's getting more traffic in. I know in my business, one of my strengths or two of my strengths are the middle of the funnel and the bottom of the funnel. I have to be very aware of the activity I'm doing to bring people into the business and top of the funnel. So then when they're aware of what we do, they listen to us because we talk about things people care about, that's relatable, that resonates, it gets attention, then they're going to start considering you. What we want to be able to do in the top of the funnel is help people to understand the real problem they have. And often what we think is our problem in business isn't our problem. Business is always problem after problem after problem as well. We'll solve something and then a new problem arises. And that's how it goes. So what we want to do is be very aware of the funnel and think about visibility at all of these different points. So for an example, I'll know that maybe I will put out a post or I'll go live like I'm doing this month every single day on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm sharing there things about the live, about my membership, about my mastermind, about how I can get people results. And then it considers like they can consider me because I am more top of mind. If I go live every single day, that will get more attention than somebody who doesn't. So again, we have to do these things to help us stand out. And there are certain activities that we can be doing. And there are reasons behind those. So again, it's very strategic and intentional. And then they have the ability to know, well, Natty has a membership, Natty has a mastermind, Natty has one-to-one right now, Natty has VIP days. They start to have, you're sowing the seed and they start to get awareness on what you offer. And then all the cogs are turning and thinking, is that what I want? Does that help me? So again, that's where we need to take people through the funnel. It's almost like at the top of the funnel, we've got the tap. and we can turn that on and off with traffic as we need to if we need more clients in a business. So again, it helps us to gauge what area of the business we need to focus on. And again, so we're intentional and strategic. So why do we use social media? And why is this important when it comes to visibility, messaging, growing your audience? We use social media to build credibility. It is giving us a platform to be able to stand out and cut through the noise. It is able to position us as business owners as the expert and us to demonstrate why we have the solution to our ideal client's problem. And this is really important why you do have a focus on a niche, whether you niche in the method or you niche in the market of who you help. But that allows, again, the cogs to start turning on somebody understanding, is that you who can help them or somebody else? And the clearer you are with your messaging, the clearer it is for them to make a decision about whether you're the right or wrong person straight away. And we want that. It also helps you to build trust. And when people trust, if we go back to the funnel here, but I like to think about the awareness is the know part. This is where people know about us. The consideration is where they're starting to think, well, do they like me? Do I like them? Do I like what they share? Does it resonate? Is it relatable? And then they start to think about, okay, I trust this person. Natalie's actually shared something this week in a challenge that I can go and do. And by doing it, I can see if I get a result. So I will be putting out things as lead magnets into my funnel, the top of the funnel. So like yesterday, I shared a messaging checklist for people to download, which is absolutely free. And it gives them pointers to go and look at with their messaging to identify whether they're visibly coming across in the right way or not, and whether they're getting the right attention and the things they can go and do to make their messaging more compelling and stand out. So again, I put that out to the world for free. I share it on all my social media platforms. I make sure there's a clear funnel of how they can get it. Then they're into my funnel of my email list. So I can do email marketing. I can put them into an email sequence and I nurture those people. And it's then I might get them on a masterclass I'm doing it in a few weeks. I may get them onto a call to work with me, to want to find out more about what I do. There's certain emails that I'll put out which will get replies because of the way that it's targeted to my audience. So again, then we can take them to the next stage, and we need lots of different touch points along our sales process. It's often believed and stated, and we can't be this black and white with it, but it's said that we often need about 7 to 12 touch points before we would buy. So again, you need to think in your business when you have a sales process. We're not going to do the whole dating thing here of somebody comes in and then suddenly the next day they buy. You wouldn't go on a date the first day and then be talking about marriage and kids the next day. So slow things right down as a process, take it step by step, and this will really help you to get clearer on the touch points and areas where you need to improve your service as well. So by having trust and being aware of this and being transparent in our messaging, being consistent, being vulnerable, this helps to build trust. It helps to build that safety. So I notice that in my membership, often people coming on there because they're testing whether they like my style or not, whether I have a value that I offer, whether they like the space, whether I create, a community and connection where they feel safe and trusted and able to share things. Then they notice that they do feel that. And then I find that the people come from my membership very easily transition into the mastermind, and my mastermind clients can then become my one-to-one clients. So again, we want to create a structure and system in our business where we can have people going through the stages relevant to them. So it helps us to get awareness about our offers and what we do as well when we're using social media. This is Shalini, a client of mine. If you want a QR code there, you can scan that and you get access to testimonials, how to create testimonials. So I would basically essentially interview my clients and I will talk through with them how they found the experience, what's working really well, and to gauge what are the systems, the strategies that they've taken and they're implementing to get results. Because people pay for results. That's what they want. They want a transformation in the outcome. So currently, we're finding that people are wanting to make the right decisions about investments and they are lacking belief sometimes that they can get a result. So by sharing testimonials, and I often do this at least once or twice a week, we are able to build that trust sooner rather than later. Again, going back to the part about how we can use social media to build trust. And this helps to really build clarity, connection, and conversion, because we are demonstrating to people that we are running successful businesses, that we are taking people from A to B, and that we are getting them results that they invest in. So I'm just going to share this one so you can see again how this works. And I will literally put this as a post and I will demonstrate Shalini was here, she's now here, and this is what she's done to make it really clear for people about you can do the same. It could happen for you too. So it's taking things step by step. So I'm just going to play Shalini's results.
Where I'm going to reach 5 times my revenue to what I made last year. And that is powerful. Do you see? And that itself, you just think, oh my God, like I literally was like, what is going on here? And it was all through listening to the recordings, listening back to the conversation. The material was brilliant. The material was great. But I think the power of the sessions and having those recorded and being able to go back and listen to you question others with regards to what are you doing for your business, and then taking all that on board and actioning. I think I hear so many people saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Where's the action? And I think it's very easy to talk about it. It's very easy to say, I'm going to read this, I'm going to read that. But if you don't put that into action, it doesn't mean anything. And I think message mastery and the way you've come across with it, it's you've got the material, you've heard the videos, I've given you strategies, you now need to go and do it for you. Yeah. And I think what I've with
So what we can see when you share things like this is that it demonstrates what you're doing and how you're getting people results. And that helps for you to stand out again with other people that aren't doing that. So what I would say to people is if they're starting out and they think, well, that's great, Natalie, but I haven't got those testimonials, I haven't got those clients to share this with, go and get them. Go and get world-class transformations. Go and work with people at a beta pilot offer price point and say, I'm looking to do a program later this year. I'm looking to launch something later this year, and it's looking to be like this, and a price point of maybe £3,000, £5,000, £1,000, whatever you want it to be. And say, for the moment, I'm going to do it a fraction of the price. I'd like to work with 5 people on this, this, and this. So what you would help them on. So when I was working at the start of the business, I'd left corporate and I wanted to help females in particular with confidence at the time. And I was like, if you're a female who wants to hold her own in challenging conversations, if you're a female who wants to walk into a room of in a male dominated environment and be able to lead a presentation with confidence, like I would put some things that my ideal client really wanted. If you're a female that wants to negotiate a pay rise in your career. So I would then have people coming into my world who were directly that market. And I would say, look, I'm willing to work with a few people. It's going to be this when I launch at end of the year. I'm looking to work for you fraction of price at the minute because I want some great feedback on how things are going. So I will be asking you how you're finding this experience so I can work and change a few things for when I launch this. And I like this approach because I think when it comes to, when we think I did years in a product retail business and service based, but when we looked at product development, we would test things for years and years and years. And we would test things over and we'd then launch it. Now, when it comes to service-based businesses, we almost wanted to always be perfect. So the ability to just get out there, test it with people, see what works and doesn't, that will help you get closer to getting a better result, being able to be clear on how you sell it, what people really want. And you're out there helping people, and that momentum and drive, like you'll see from sharing that conversation of somebody showing up on a video of, it's incredible, I'm getting these results, I'm making this money. That again helps stand you out because you can't buy that type of energy. And I talk again of the 3 currencies, energy, time, and money. And this is an example of how you can start to get energy across about what you do. So they're a great way to bring the clarity, connection, and conversion for you. So another one, just to bring an example, because I want you to think around for your business as the action today, how can you be doing this right now? Or how could you do this with clients that you're working with or clients that you will be working with very soon? Because this will really help you to stand out in your marketing. The best and cheapest form of marketing is talking about the results your clients get. That is the best form of it. So again, we want to be doing that. So this was, again, to break the example down of I'm always a person that will do testimonials for mentors I've worked with because I see it that it helps me get visibility because they'll share that. They want to share their clients getting results. That builds me visibility. And if you're a bit like me, you will then go and want to look at that person and follow them. So again, it builds connections and you build your visibility and people start to know about you. So it's just a different way and we change the way we see things of how we can get out, how we can be strategic and how we're intentional. Some people don't like going on video. I will often go on video because it's the quickest way to again connect with people. So I think if you can go out there and do testimonials for your mentors as well, and they want to share those on their website and things, you will start to see that. And this is exactly the benefit of that. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and this is what they said.
You was one of his case studies. And said how amazing you are. So I just always stalk people when anyone's talking about them. So yeah, went on your thing and I was like, oh my God, funny, because I've been thinking recently the reason why I'm not getting clients is because of my messaging. And then you're literally putting on a workshop about it. So absolutely perfect.
So this came from somebody who's gone to an event and I was their client and they were talking about the results that I was getting. And again, they're then like I just said about, like I do, they've gone and started following me, seen I'm running a workshop and a masterclass, and they're looking to get involved and they're on my email list because they've signed up to that. And then it gives me somebody a lead, bearing in mind a lead's a human being, but it gives me a human to go and have a conversation with and to build off of that of amazing, how did you find the event? And again, just build that relationship. Business is about relationships. So I really want to challenge you to think around your audience right now. How can you connect with them in a very different way and build trust and build that connection? So next steps on this one. It's been incredible 3 days. There's been a lot of information there, and there's so much to messaging, which is why it's always sometimes a bit impossible to say to somebody, I can nail it or help you in an hour, because there is different things to it. And as you would have seen, evolving the system on day one, we spoke around you've got to have personal branding, you've got to have position yourself in your business and what you market. You've then got to look at your ideal client and you have to keep doing that work. You can't do offers and pricing without knowing your ideal client. And then you can't market what you do and sell what you do and build a great experience if you haven't got your offers in place. So again, this is why this all works as a flywheel effect really well. What I'm offering is if you would like to do a debrief, we will be having a free audit offer to people that have been a part of the challenge. It is 20 minutes. We're going to audit your messaging where you're at right now. We're going to focus on your niche, your offers and pricing. And what I tend to find is you get two answers from this. You get somebody that says, Natalie, I'm loving what you share. I absolutely need your help. Let's do it. Let's make it happen and implement it. And of course, it's my bread and butter. We'll do that. Or we find that it's not for you right now, and that's absolutely okay. We leave as friends, and you crack on and do the actions that you've got. So you're always going to leave with something. You just say, just need to implement these, see how they go, and we see from there. Either way, you leave with a clear action plans of things you need to focus on now that are relevant to build off of what we've shared this week into where your business is at. So if that's something that interests you, all you need to do is scan that other QR code and you'll get a link there. You can book a time with me over the next 4 to 6 weeks, and we can just go through audit your messaging and just find out where you are, and build a plan that's going to look to help you the next 90 days beyond. I'm going to come to any questions that you may have to close day 3, and hopefully this has been of real value to you. And if you need anything, then you can absolutely reach out to me.